Good day. My name is Bianca Sagana and I'm an ABCom student from SCI Caloocan. And welcome to the show. So you're wondering, what is this interview for? This interview is a prerequisite or requirement for my subject named Communication Thesis. And this will be all about Avanguard creatives. For that to work, we have one guest for this show. He's the owner of the company named Avanguard Creatives and the one behind the brand name or marketing strategy of video marketing that focuses on creative and logical strategies for their brands. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jaggi Gangat, it's nice to have you here, sir.
Thank you so much. Right, so basically this is for your thesis. You're doing a thesis all about Avanguard Creatives, my company, yes?
Yes, that's
Wow.
right, sir.
All right, sige, what do you have?
Well, are you prepared? We have at least 15 questions to settle.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here's the first question. How was this company made before, and when was this established?
Okay, the company was made before it was established late 2015. The concept came about late 2015 and was legally registered and established in mid 2016. So it came about, the idea and the goal and the passion of producing videos and films,
That's right.
So previously we were just a video production company, and then later on we've transitioned and transformed into a video marketing agency where we now provide end-to-end services. Because one of the problems that we have seen so far is that as production companies we only submit videos, but then when our clients they post it online for their marketing or for their advertising, it does not tend to produce any results. So therefore we have come up with a way to provide them an end-to-end solution so that our clients can, so we can produce the maximum results possible based on their objectives.
Yeah, it's true. I did see your works and clients. It's really impressive.
Thank you.
Especially with your longest one with UP. Like, it took like almost a year.
Yes, more than. So our UP is our repeat client. So we've been doing a lot of projects for them.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. Okay, next question. How did you come up with the name of your company?
Okay, so funny story is that prior to me developing, the name Avanguard Creatives, I was thinking about a name for it, and then while I was driving, I keep on seeing this plate number. The plate numbers, it says AVA, Ava. So I took it as a sign. So why Ava? So and then I explored other possible names. So, and then I look up, finding meaningful words, and then I found the word avant-garde, which means the culture of people who have this high sense of fashion, and then vanguard, which is people who are in terms of war in an army, they are the forefront. They are the forefront of the platoon. But so. When I merged them together, it became now a word that I would say it means a group of culturally advanced people who are the leaders or who are the forefront of the art movement.
That's really nice because it made it sound like you're actually a powerhouse made for video production. It's really fascinating.
Thank you.
Okay, third question is, how did you formulate the vision and mission of the company?
Okay, well, the vision the vision in general prior to starting my very first company was, to see a group of culturally advanced people who are the leaders. So therefore, I wanted to build and become a leader myself, and later on, hopefully, pass on this mindset for people, for creative people, to become leaders themselves. And then the mission was, to build a community of highly respectable creative professionals who can compete in the global scene. Because, if we are to compare ourselves with the productions or the products of other international companies, we are definitely lacking behind. But we are getting there, I know. I've seen how good we are. We are competing globally. But I'm hoping my mission is to develop the entire industry in general, uplift it through all the companies that I have been building so far. So there has been education, providing matching client services, a client creative matching platform, and then hopefully eventually we're starting this 2019 an entertainment media broadcasting company where we will now create high quality content and entertainment content for the public mass. So that has been the mission and the vision ever since. And what I have been doing is what I believe is the right steps for me to make that happen.
I'm sure you're gonna get there just fine. Most companies take like at least 5 years to reach top. I'm sure it'll be nice. I hope that the one that you're planning is gonna be a huge success.
Thank you.
Okay, next is fourth question. What's the secret behind the success of this company?
The secret behind the success of the company are, first and foremost, and the core are the people. Because the people, everybody who makes up Avanguard Creatives and all the other companies, the success comes from the people themselves. The hunger, the passion, the skills, the talents that make up the company itself. Because if I were to say that I'm doing it alone, I cannot. There's in no way that we can progress where we have progressed right now. So the success really is in the people.
Yeah, that reminds me of almost all of my years in college. Like the concept needs to be groups because groups produce these results that are deemed valuable and essential in creating your career.
Yes.
But it's sometimes hard to deal with it basically because most people or most of individuals have different sets of styles, ideas, designs, and you need to find different approaches just to cater for their needs. And I think that's actually a very nice component in a company because without people who are willing to work with you both mentally, physically, socially, spiritually, etc., it won't be a success.
Of course, yes, that's true.
Next is what ways do you do on achieving the vision and the mission of your company?
Well, there's only one way to achieve that, which is to work hard, work smart, work hard and work smarter. Because you can work hard all your life, but if you do not work smart, if you do not find ways to solve problems in the best and fastest and the most efficient way possible, then you would be working your entire life only producing such amount of results. So yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only way you can achieve it. Grow your network, practice every day, learn every day. Most importantly, so I learn every day as much as I can. I watch classes. I attend classes. I read books. I read articles. I immerse myself with the learning so that when I go out here, when I face my people, I have the knowledge and the tactical skills in order for me to drive the direction that where we are heading, right?
How do you formulate your target market? Did it remain the same? Was it changed before?
In general, our target market has been relatively the same. Has been relatively the same in terms that our target market are always businesses and companies, SMEs in general. There are a lot of clients who are not within that target market that are approaching us for certain services, which is surprisingly the demand. So, like we have educational institutions, social, individuals who are asking for video marketing help or video production assistance. But what we do basically is when we are targeting our target market, we specify, especially when we do our marketing, is that we specify our strategies and our campaigns specific to who exactly we are targeting, which are the decision makers. Kasi although even if we target, businesses, if we are not talking to the right person, if we are not passing on the right message to the right people, then we won't be able to close them. So to specify who exactly our target market is within these companies and these SMEs are those our marketing directors, COOs, CFOs, CEOs, and presidents. Basically, as much as possible, we want to market and we want to deliver our campaigns to those decision makers.
Now, here's a follow-up question. Do you require gender or ethnicity in your target market or target audience?
Gender or ethnicity, not technically, because as we are targeting companies, of course, there would be variations. We had a client whose marketing director is from India, but they have a company here in the Philippines, and we were able to pitch to the marketing director, which is an Indian. The way The way we generally present is what the company needs, is what our client needs, and tendency is that there are certain areas, key aspect areas, especially with video, that they do not see yet the importance, or they do not yet see as a problem, and it's our job to make them realize that if they are to push with video and they do not know these parameters or these problems, then definitely most of the time their videos will not be as successful. So our duty is for us to bring awareness of these effective strategies in terms of ethnicity, gender, age. It's just a matter of we are targeting who these decision makers are, and then we tailor our message, our campaigns, our pitch deck according to how they will respond. So it's a matter of putting ourselves in their feet, knowing how they think, how they speak, and what they want, and then that's how we provide it to them.
Well said, well said. Okay. Next question, the seventh. How do you formulate your strategies in promoting your products slash services?
How do we promote our strategies? Well, we rely on three basic principles: the who, the what, the where. Who is our target market? Who are we? I mentioned earlier who we are targeting, right? These SMEs, these decision makers. They are the who. Now the next one is the what. What do they want or what do they need? Basically, because people in general, they like to buy, they like to purchase, but the problem is they do not like to be sold to, diba? So we analyze what is it that they really want, because once we know and once we have given what they want, which technically sometimes or most of the time is they want their companies to grow in terms of marketing using videos. That's what they want. And what do they need? They need our services. They need all our services in order for that to happen. So we understand the what. What do they want? Okay, and then we give them what they want, basically in terms of our brand awareness campaigns, our lead generation campaigns, or our conversion campaigns. And then that's the time that we present what is it that they need in order for them to get what they want. Now the next one is the where. Where are they at? Where are these decision makers? Where are these target market hanging out? Are they online? Are they in physical events? Are they in expos? Diba? Or let's say, are they in the malls? Are they in golf courses? So we understand where they are, and that's where we put ourselves in. In the terms of being online, we understand where they are hanging out. So most likely they are hanging out at LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn is where is the platform for professionals, for leaders, for businessmen. So that's where we push our efforts. Aside from that, we go into expos. We go into search social events where we network and market our services to these decision makers.
Well said. Saw a few of your expos, like with the Philippine Retailers Association, and you even have nice photo shoots in your Facebook page as well, documentations with the fun run. And it's very well made.
Thank you.
Okay, next is, do you have an estimated or proposed budget for your company? Does it differ monthly or yearly in terms of purchase?
Yes, we do have a budget for our company, and it varies monthly, depending on our previous sales. We have budget for quarterly, for annual, for monthly budget, and it depends on what you are asking at. Is it a budget for operation, budget for marketing, budget for expenses, or a budget for development? So we have several budgets for every aspect of the business.
And it's different depending on what the person's asking for.
Yes, it depends on where the funds in the budget will be allocated.
Okay, next is, I think we're at ninth question,
Okay.
I think. What goods and services do you offer for your potential clients?
Our services as a video marketing agency is we provide end-to-end services. So as I mentioned earlier, the typical problem with just video production is that video production, once it's done, once most video production companies they pass it on, the clients do not know how to to post it or to distribute it. One of the clients told me once during the National Retailers and Conference Expo was that the problem they had with video is once the video production team passed it on, and when they post it online, it's like, posting a video, closing your eyes and hoping something magical happens. The results come in. Now that is the problem that we are solving with our clients. So in order for us to achieve those, in order for us to provide those solutions, is we first study our client's brand. So we do a brand study. Okay. The next step is we do market study. We understand who their market is. We understand how they think, how they perceive the brand, or what their needs are, what their desires are. That's the market study. Then the next step is we do a marketing strategy based on the brand study and the market study. Okay. So once we know now the brand study and the market and their market, we create a marketing strategy of how we will reach the video to them. How will we distribute it? How will we tailor our content, our words, our copies, in order for them to hook them into our client's business? The next step is, now once we have created the marketing strategy, is we turn the solutions that we have now at hand, turn those logical solutions into creative concepts. So it's now a mixture of, it's now translating logical into something creative, where later on we will start producing them or developing them into video. And then that's now where we enter the pre-production, production, and post-production phase, where we develop the entire product, which are the videos. After we have developed the product, which are the videos, we then distribute them based on the market strategy that we have created, because the marketing strategy also includes distribution strategy and a content strategy. So imagine one video output, we can turn it into 30 video outputs that will create an entire campaign for our clients. So we also do test ads. So we do a lot of A/B testing. We do a lot of test ads to make sure that we are targeting, our copy, our design, our videos are hitting the right audiences. So that's now the time when we study these data, the data that we have, since we are doing digital marketing. Once we have the data, we study it, we assess which ads or which content are most engaging. If we see something wrong, we tweak it, and then we relaunch it until we have sufficient data. And once we have sufficient data, we take those content that are most engaging, and that's the time we scale it. So that is what we do. So we distribute the contents, and then we also study the data for future campaigns. The advantage of this is that we are able to compile and collect massive amounts of data that the company can use, that's beneficial for the company for their future endeavors and future campaigns.
10th question. What are the factors that you consider in pricing your products and services?
Well, when pricing our products and services, we have, I've been teaching this a lot as well with other creatives, is that we have several pricing structures and pricing strategies. We consider three things. Three things when pricing our services. The first one is the needs, the operational needs, the needs of the company. How much does it need in order for us to operate? It's like compiling all of our operation expenses, the salaries, the electricity, everything. Yeah, that's the needs. Now, the second thing is the value that we have for our clients. How valuable are we for our clients? If, let's say, if we are offering just typical video services, which a lot can provide, which I'm sure a lot are even better. So what happens now is we compete against price. Of course, the client will go for the lowest bidder, correct? But then what if we understand our brand, we understand our value to our clients, we assess that are we the only one that can provide these solutions to them? Because if the answer is yes, then definitely our value towards our clients will shoot up. So once we have understood that we are the only providers, or we are the best providers of these certain service for our clients, then definitely we can price ourselves higher, because it's also a balance between supply and demand. But if there is an influx of supply and then low in demand, the prices go down. Tama ba? Supply, tama. The prices go down. But if there is an influx of demand and the supply is very, very low, the prices go up. The third thing now that we consider is the market. The market, or our clients' spending capability. Because of course, if we are to consider now the needs and the needs of our company and the value of our company, and then we offer it to, let's say, and then we offer it to, let's say, your average Joe, average person who has only very little spending capabilities. Of course, we will tailor our prices to meet their needs. But what if our client is a big person, SM. Let's say SM, diba? Henry C, let's say Henry C is our client. Henry C has millions of spending capabilities and billions of capabilities. Then therefore, we have to also consider that and put our prices put up our prices relevant to how much they can spend. So here's the thing, Bianca. When we are presenting our prices, when we are presenting our any of our prices to a certain market, especially when we are considering the market, think about it this way. If we present, let's say, 200,000, a 200,000 peso service to the average Joe or the average worker, what would you think? What would you think their reaction would be? They might say that it's too high, diba? Pero if we pitch it to, let's say, Henry C or SM, 200,000 is way too low, and tendency is they would be turned off with low prices. So we adjust our prices, and of course our services, the inclusions, based on who we are talking to. So there is no perfect formula. There is no perfect formula of how we price. There is a structure that we follow, which I can explain to you later on and teach you how it works. But every pricing, every costing, especially depending on the scope, it varies. But we consider those three things. So we consider our needs, our company's needs, our value that we can offer to our clients, and the market. How much are they willing to spend? So that's how we price our services.
Okay. Here's the next question. How many competitors do you think you have? Which companies are they?
Okay, so competitors wise, if you are just to stick with video production, I would say there are a lot, tons and tons of video production, video studios out there. But if you are to specify video marketing, there are only very handful of competitors. If you are now to tap into marketing, again, marketing agencies, marketing companies, there are also a lot. But somewhere in between video and marketing, there are only a few. Well, with video production, we have competitors such as, does it have to be well known or?
Well, it can be anyone or any company that would be considered as a rival or something.
Okay, so the best I can think of production houses and production agencies probably would be Manila Man, Seabiscuit Films, because they are into commercial. Although what they do is TV commercials. Okay, we do not do TV commercials. What we do are communication videos. So again, there is still a fine line between considering them a competitor. But if we are to consider only the video production, then definitely they can be our competitor. So marketing agencies, we have a lot of marketing agencies. Video marketing, again, very, very few.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be improved sooner or later.
Yep.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, next is 13th question. How do you handle your competitors in the industry? What do they have? More like, what do you have that they don't have?
Okay, so how do we deal with our competitors? Where there are three things that we do to handle our competitors. The first one is, of course, to compete head on against them, to compete, head neck to neck. So become always the better value, the better offer, the better output. That's the first one. The second one is what I love doing is partnering with them. So instead of considering them competitors, I partner with them. So because these competitors, these video production houses or these video marketing agencies, we all are here. We're all here to do one thing: to provide our services. And then tendency we compete against each other. So instead of doing competing against them, why not just let's partner up, let's strengthen our service and then provide these to the client. We get paid both ways our prices, and we make the client happy. Diba? That's the second way. The third way is one of my favorite is I hire them. I hire them. So if I know that they are better, if I know that their production team or their output is better, I hire them. So I get them. They own the production, but the strategy I do. So that's how I handle. And then of course there is a fourth way, but it might happen sooner or later. Give me 5 to 10 years. The fourth way I do not. The fourth way is to buy them out. So that's probably what may happen in the future.
Do you have a SWOT analysis for your company? Basically, SWOT analysis refers to strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats
yes, okay.
regarding with your company.
Okay, so our strength is it comes with our service, is that we provide end-to-end services. That is our strength, and the strength, of course, is the people we have. And another strength that we have are the platforms, the supporting platforms that we have. We have Ali Creative Learning, Project Hub, Avacon Studios, the soon-to-come Avacon Studios, and the soon-to-come Creative Campus. So those are other businesses that work together in unison. They complement each other. They're independent, and they complement each other and help us make our company and our brand stronger. So that's one of our competitive advantage, and that is also one of our strengths. Our weaknesses probably is that we are not out there in the public, as we have a very niche market. We are not out there competing head on. We are not declaring ourselves. We are not very, very much visible to the industry. So that would probably be our weakness, and our direct impact is that, of course, we cannot acquire a bigger share of the market. Opportunities wise, again, the opportunities that we have is are the wide array of potential services that we can offer to our clients. We can cross-sell, we can upsell, we can downsell certain services, whether it's within Avanguard Creatives or with other platforms. Especially when we launch Avacon Studios, the digital media and broadcasting company, we can easily cross-sell and upsell Avanguard Creatives clients to a new advertising platform, which would be Avacon Studios. The threats that we have, of course, are the bigger spenders, the company who are way, way bigger than us, who can see what we are doing, they can tap and see what we are doing, get an idea, make it better, and outspend us, basically. Because the company or the person who spends more to acquire a client is always the winner. So if we aren't able to spend to acquire our customer, and if another company can do that, then definitely that is a threat to us.
Okay, 14th question, isn't it? Okay. What are the challenges that your company encountered? How do you resolve them?
Challenges, of course, are when there are times where we do not meet our sales quota. There are instances where although we have good enough projects, good enough clients, tendency is that sometimes our operational expenses or development expenses overseed or overspend our revenue, and that is a problem for us. It's one of the challenges. So what we do to solve that are three things. It's either we bump up our revenue, we acquire more revenue, or we reduce. The second thing is that we do is we reduce our expenses, drastically reduce our expenses in order to make up for the losses. And then another one is we use other people's money in order for us to fund our company, in order for us to develop and grow. So those are the three things that we have been doing to counter that specific challenge. I think another challenge that we face is one of the challenges and honestly speaking, one of the problems that we encounter is the challenges that we encounter is I tend to bite more than I can chew. So that has been a problem, and then it has adverse effects on the company. But those challenges are faced with I find other ways and solutions in order to counter that as well.
That sounds a little worrying then. Considering that, well, I did learn some interesting management theories, and the most recent one is the organizational environment theory, and most of it usually relies on what you can offer in terms of the budget and the expenses. But I'm sure you can deal with it just fine.
Yes, we're doing just fine.
Okay. Here's the last question, but this is a bonus one, but since you're okay with this, how many employees do you currently have? What qualifications do you usually look for in hiring your employees?
Okay, so with regards to employees, I have 5 full-time employees, and then I have, I think, 4, 5, 6 partners, business partners for in my other companies, in my other platforms, and then I have 13 interns with us right now, and then and and then we also have production partners that we regularly outsource for production work. There. What qualifications do I need? What qualifications that I see in a person, first and foremost, is when I look into their eyes, I want to see the drive, the passion. I want to see how hungry they are. Because once I see that, I know that they have, the potential to grow. They have the drive to do anything in order for them to succeed and to grow. Because if I don't see that passion burning in their eyes, then it's like their heart's not in what they do, and it's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my money. It's a waste of their time. It's a waste of their money. So what's the point, diba? So as much as possible, when I want some people to join my team, I want to see that fire in their eyes, that their passion to succeed and to grow, because I personally want to succeed, and I want personally everybody in my team to succeed in whatever ways possible. So if they do not want to succeed, then it's hard for them to succeed. But if I see people with the passion and the goal to succeed, then it's easier for me to make everybody successful.
You do need some decent employees to help you out, though.
Of course.
I kept hearing some stuff regarding with employees, like they fail to attend their or go to their shifts on time and such. I mean, if you can't even do it in college, then it's kind of hard, It's gonna be a habit.
Yes.
But I think you have really creative and smart employees here. I'm really sure about that.
They are.
Okay, and that ends our session.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I hope my answers to your questions are sufficient enough for you to make your thesis successful.
Yeah, and we'll try our best to make your company shine more with our thesis.
Oh, thank you. I look forward to reading the book.
We're really honored that you were able to share what your company has to offer. And then once again, this is Bianca Sagana. Thank you for watching.